Hey guys, Shazam here again. Yeah, it's time to introduce JoJo to this channel as regular content, so I'll be starting with the best concept in the anime, and that's stands, also known as Stundo. So stands, also known as ghostly ripples in Japanese, are the manifestation of a person's life energy. They could either manifest from birth or be received through the arrow that grants the ability, but one condition is that a person must have the potential to gain and control a stand. Stands are mostly invisible to non-stand users with exceptions like bound or automatic stands, which I'll get into in a bit. However, they can interact with people. Their abilities are also invisible. For example, how the guards weren't able to see Magician's red flames but were able to feel its heat. Also, generally, just as stands can't be seen by non-stand users, they also can't be damaged by anything other than a stand or directly damaging the user. There are many different types of stands, and some can belong to two or more categories of the ones I'll be mentioning. First, we have close range stands. The most iconic stands in the series, the ones that are usually present by the user's side and can't extend to long distances, and I'm not talking about long range attacks like Emerald Splash, but the stand itself. They usually have high power to compensate for the short range. They can extend to longer ranges, but their power diminishes depending on the distance. Examples are Star Planum and Zawarudo! Next is bound stands, or automatic stands are usually bound to objects, making them visible to normal humans. They usually have a set of commands they automatically follow. They can see or speak, but the user can't see or hear through them, and they don't transfer damage to the user. This type of stand could work against the user as well, since they can't manually command or see through them, but they have incredible strength and they usually disappear after finishing their task, or if the object they're attached to is destroyed. Examples are Strength and Wheel of Fortune. Next up is colony stands. As the name suggests, usually multiple units that are able to function on their own, and their damage transfer depends on the number of units. The more there are of them, the less damage is received by the user when the stand is damaged. They also usually don't transfer vision, so the user normally doesn't speak through them and has to command them to do something. Examples of this type are Harvest and Six Pistols. The next type of stands is evolved stands. These are usually seen in people who have weak fighting spirits such as Koichi, but have potential for growth. This evolution may change the form and abilities of the stand, and they're referred to as acts. However, the user is also able to switch between acts even after the evolution. An example of this is Echoes, and I don't know for sure if Heaven's Door is the same, because it did evolve to have a physical form. Another form of evolution is having the user stab their own stand with the arrow to give them the Requiem version of it. Most people don't have the potential to control it, but those who can will have the ability to literally control the world. Now, I'm not talking about Zawarudo, but it's an interesting concept for evolution, but trash in execution, as it became OP and sort of unsatisfying. Examples are Silver Chariot Requiem and Gold Experience Requiem. Another way of evolving a stand is stabbing the user with the arrow again. However, the only instance of this happening that I'm aware of is Kira getting stabbed by the arrow because it chose him, and he unlocked the new ability afterwards. The example is Kira Queen bites the dust. Next is sentient stands. They're a unique type of stands as they usually have their own personalities and can talk with their users casually. Hell, they even eat with them. But they also usually do as their user commands, so it's like your brain is a friend you talk to. Examples of this type are Anubis and Foo Fighters. And last, we have shared stands. These are simple. A user has the ability to give the stand to someone else, could work with them or against them. Examples are Cheap Trick and King Crimson. Well, kinda King Crimson. Or should I say King Crimson? And about acquiring a stand. It could be acquired from birth, which slowly progresses over time, or manifested through mastery over a certain skill, or given by the arrow to those with potential. If they don't have potential, they die. Speaking of dying due to a stand, if a person acquires a stand while their descendants exist, they also all gain stands. Like the distress signal Jonathan's body gave to all the Joestars, and unlucky ones who aren't strong enough will get ill, and eventually die if the body giving the signal isn't defeated before that. Now, discovering a stand is usually instinctive, and so is discovering the ability. Once an ability is discovered, it can be trained, for most cases at least, which I'll talk about in a bit. Sometimes the stand itself manifests and speaks to the user, teaching them how to utilize their abilities, like Spice Girl and Echoes. Stands have also shown the ability to shrink, but as stated by Polnareff, it's not easy to do it. Also, the smaller the stand gets, the more their abilities and power overall decrease. And this ability has only been used once against a small stand like lovers. And the last thing I'll be talking about is stand parameters. There are 6 statistics that show a stand's abilities. They include the following. First, its power. It's basically the damage or destruction a stand can cause. Nothing more to it. It's usually high for close range stands. The second one is speed. Includes agility, reflexes, and reactions of a stand. Also very high in close range stands. Then we have range. Measures the stand's range of manifestation and influence. Evolved stands usually decrease in range with every active evolution like echoes. Then we have persistence. It's how long a stand can persist or maintain its ability. It can also measure cooldowns like the gap of time required between each time an ability is used, like Zawardo. Then we have precision. Measures the accuracy of a stand. Automatic stands are usually low on precision since they're not controlled manually. Like they just do their job and go. Unlike a talkative Uber. And then we have learning. It's the potential of a stand to evolve or get new abilities. Here's the thing. The stronger a stand gets, or the more a user learns about their stand, the lower the learning rank is. Because once a user discovers everything, in other words gets more powerful, there will be nothing more they could improve. So the rank goes down. I just realized that I didn't say powerful. Anyway, I'm sure he won't be disappointed in me. These statistics are measured using letters from A to E, and it goes as follows. A is very good, B is good, C is average, D is bad, E is very bad. Yeah, I think that explains all you guys need to know as general info. I'm still learning myself and reading part 6 at the moment. I will be making videos explaining each stand individually soon. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know if I missed something, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.